at C2E2 with Kevin McGuire, Josh Flanders reporting. Kevin, asking you all the pressing questions that people want to know, like, it's Chicago, deep dish or thin pizza?
Well, I'm a New Yorker at heart, so I got to go with thin crust, but I'll eat any pizza that's put in front of me.
Are you a deep dish pizza guy or a thin pizza guy?
I will eat anything. I just don't eat chicken's feet.
What do you do in your spare time?
I really don't have much spare time, but when I do have spare time, I like to practice 15th century longsword at Forteza Fitness and Martial Arts, and also do Spartan training.
That is very cool and pretty badass.
How did you enjoy OAX this year?
I had a great time. It felt like a show that had actually been around longer than it was. It didn't feel like its first time. Everyone was super nice, and it's always really interesting to be in a show so surrounded by collectors, because they approach art very differently from everyday fans.
Tell us about your experience at OAX.
Oh, it was great. I mean, it was, it wasn't like how we have here where, you got a lot of people to deal with and stuff. It was more one-on-one. It was very artist-centric, which was nice, because here it's all about getting books signed and, more of that, where I enjoyed more about just discussing craft with the other artists that were there and or people that were collectors that, I saw a lot of old pages of mine come up that maybe didn't get signed when they were sold.
Who's the artist who has most inspired you? And tell us about that.
Well, Dave Stevens would be my my go-to answer. I just remember seeing that Rocketeer for the first time and just think, wow, this is how you draw comics. His blend of realistic and sort of cartoony hit the spot for me.
First question, Ben, the accent, is it real or is it fake?
Oh, I fucking hate you, don't I? Yeah, it's real.
Yeah? Can you turn it on?
Where am I from again?
Huh? I'm guessing you're from
I give people 3 guesses where I'm from. We haven't even talked about this yet.
New Zealand.
Oh, not bad, but no.
Australia.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I like you.
Okay, he likes me again. That's good. All right.
I also don't like raspberries that much either.
Really? Raspberries? Why is that?
I don't know. The little seeds, I guess.
You need some comfort food. What are you going to grab when you're home? What's your favorite comfort food?
I like popcorn like almost every night. Yeah.
Just plain?
No. I mean, certain foods as a former chef, are just a vehicle for salt and butter. And popcorn is that vehicle for salt and butter.
Second question.
Do not edit a thing of this. This is going to be the worst interview of your life.
All right, that's fine. We're going to try this. Tell me about why horror comics. Do you have a dark secret that drives horror art?
No.
No?
What is your favorite pizza topping?
If you had one superpower, what would it be?
I always say telepathy, telekinesis. I like the Phoenix style powers or Professor X style powers. I don't want to be low grade with that, and I also don't want to be driven insane because I can hear everybody's thoughts. So I want to be powerful enough that I could block everybody's thoughts out. Like telekinesis, I like the idea of the, and then something happens.
Yeah.
What was the artist that influenced you the most to become an artist?
Charles Schultz and Hank Ketchum.
Why?
I followed their comic strips, and there was just something about them when I was a kid that I really liked. Dennis the Menace. I tried to draw him. I had more trouble drawing him. I felt like I could draw the Phoenix characters because I thought they were just round heads, but they're not really just balls. They got a little subtlety in the shape to them, which I found out later.
If you were to pick like an artist who's been an influence or inspired you, maybe when you were a kid, who would that be?
Well, probably the most influential will be Baron's story. I've said that a million times, so that's probably not the most interesting answer, but Baron is just on another planet. The not so known answer is Transformers the movie. I used to watch that in slow motion when I was a little kid, and that's how I learned how to draw. So if you look at any of the mechanical artwork I have in all my artwork, it's all based on Transformers the movie.
What artist did you ink that you think had the most impact on you being able to pencil?
Of course, Mike Zeck, because I worked with him even before I got into business. Mike was kind of, behind the scenes, mentoring me and giving me tips and stuff like that. So definitely Mike Zeck.
Can you tell me what type of mediums you work in?
Yeah, absolutely. So my favorite medium, which is just ink, I work with a dip pen. I love to make pieces in ink. I love being able to render out as much detail and rhythm as I can in my work. I do color, but I think that's a second love for me. For me, it's all about just black on white. I love that.
You can have dinner with 3 artists from any time in history, living or dead. Who would they be? 1.
Stan Lee. Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, and I just want to hash it out with them. I just want to work it out. Let's go. Let's be friends, guys. No, Jack, tell me what your problems were with Stan, and Stan, work it out with him. Work it out.
You're
with
really
him.
like a therapist. You're an art therapist.
You were a former Chicago resident
For a period of time, yeah.
for a period of time.
I want to move back.
White Sox or Cubs?
I don't do the sports ball except for the best game in the world, Australian rules football.
Is that rugby? Or it's
Australian rules football.
Sorry, I don't know what that is.
Rugby, stereotypes, man. Australia does not. A couple of states like rugby, the rest of the country, we play Australian rules football. It's our national game. No one else plays it. It's the 4th biggest football code in the world after NFL.
Do you put shrimp on the Barbie after the soccer game?
We don't put shrimp on the Barbie
No.
because we don't have shrimp.
What do you have?
Prawns. Prawns.
Prawns. You put prawns on the Barbie?
So, do you know what a tiger prawn is? Banana
Yeah.
prawn?
Yeah.
They're called prawns.
Yeah.
What's the craziest thing that you've ever done?
G-rated?
Yes.
All
There
right.
might be children watching this.
Yeah. All right. Well, craziest thing I've done recently was I ziplined into Godzilla's mouth.
No.
Whoa.
Yes, it's true.
You got any video of that?
I do. I bought a GoPro and strapped it to my chest because this was a moment I was going to want to relive over and over again. And considering how long it took me to get there, because it was in Japan and it was over in like 15 seconds, if that much, I'm glad I did.
Was it everything you expected it to be?
The breath was mintier than I expected, but otherwise, yeah, pretty much.
I would have thought gamey.
You would think that, but
Yeah.
you know, I guess he's a certs guy.
You can have dinner with 3 superheroes from history. Who would they be?
3 superheroes from history.
Yeah, anyone.
Well, they definitely need to be the Max. I mean, I don't even know what kind of dinner that would be like.
Messy.
Spider-Man. I mean, that's pretty basic, but like Spider-Man's my favorite hero of all time.
Yes.
And probably Cannonball, one of the New Mutants. Because of Bill Sienkiewicz, I'm like a biggest New Mutants fan. So I've actually told somebody this yesterday. I told him like, I just want to do one Marvel cover in my life, and I just want to do New Mutants. That's it, and I don't have to do another cover again.
Jack deserved more. Jack and Steve. Yeah, let's put Steve Ditko in there. So that's the 3.
What artist has influenced you or inspired you to become an artist?
Oh, okay. So this is a real question.
A real question.
Ashley Wood.
Yeah.
Dave McKean and several. But
Tell me of Dave McKean, right? Arkham Asylum.
do you know who Ashley Wood is?
I don't. Film me.
Zombie apocalypse happens.
Absolutely.
Choose your weapon.
Oh gosh. Well, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to be a blanket. And the reason is because I'm not going to survive that.
I mean,
I
fair,
want to
fair.
stay warm and hide.
Yeah.
But I guess if I absolutely had to defend myself, maybe an axe.
Okay,
Maybe
cool.
because there's something on both sides.
Yeah.
Presumably someone's coming from the back. I can do some kind of Uma Thurman
Right,
style
right.
moves.
He worked for Marvel for a bit. He's done some X-Men. He's done.
Yeah.
So Ash is he's very unique style. He broke into the American market. His first American real comic was Ghost Rider 2099.
Okay.
So I saw that this guy from my middle of nowhere place in Perth, Australia, which is one of the most isolated capital cities in the world. So he is the reason I'm in comics now, because if he could do it, I could do it.
So,
He gave me hope.
Tell me about Dave McKean.
Dave McKean's just an artistic genius. Have you heard of Dave McKean?
I have, yeah.
Thank God.
Could I get one punch right here?
Give him a punch. Oh, yeah.